October 13th, 1864, on October 13th, 1864, by a margin of only 375 votes out of nearly 60,000 cast, Maryland voters adopt a new state constitution abolishing slavery. By a margin of only 375 votes. 375 votes. That's how Maryland only got rid of slavery, by 375 votes. Slavery's on the ballot right now in some of these damn states. I bet you Tennessee votes to keep slavery. We'll find out. But, Maryland voters, they did right. They did it correct. October 13th, 1864. Congratulations, Maryland. Coming up with your brand spanking new Constitution. So, October 13th. What can we say about October 13th? What can be said about October 13th that hasn't been said before? So, it's Cell Phone Network Day. Ameritech Mobile Communications launched the first U.S. cellular network in Chicago in 1983. I'm only 1 year old, but they knew. They're like, he's going to need cellular network coverage when he goes to Chicago. Been to DuPage. Fucking Chicago. Fucking DuPage. Is it DuPage? Yeah, Cook County is Chicago, like downtown, and then DuPage is like a bunch of totalitarian, right-wing, fascist sons of bitches. Chicago. Michigan, they legalized marijuana, which is interesting because in 2008, 2012, they were not a fan of me smoking marijuana in DuPage County. 1908. Fuck DuPage County. Ankara is going to become the capital of Turkey in 1923. In 1908, Margaret Travers Simmons, a suffragette, is the first woman to speak in Parliament. That was 1908. Margaret Travers Simmons, suffragette. And I think it was like she ran in and was like, damn you all to hell. But what an incredible distinction. The first woman to speak in the Parliament of UK. And now there's a female prime minister in the 1980s. So, Britain, they might take a while before they do a progressive measure. But then when they get behind a progressive measure, they just like, yeah, we'll let women vote. Hell, let's let women be the prime minister. Why just let them be a voter? Nah, let's just put them in charge of everything. And the Queen. You had Queen Anne in 1800. So a woman could be queen of everybody, but just wasn't allowed to vote. Ba fam goo. Ba fam goo. 409 AD, the Vandals and the Alans, they crossed the Pyrenees, and they appear in Hispania. What? The Vandals and the Alans, they crossed the Pyrenees, and they're like, I'm getting the hell out of, where the hell where they got at. And then they crossed, like Washington crossing the Delaware, right? Like the chicken crossing the road. And they appeared in Hispania. In 1884, the International Meridian Conference established the prime meridian, where the Greenwich Observatory, the meridian of the Greenwich Observatory. So prime meridian, established in 1884, October 13th. Hell yeah, I'm going to celebrate the prime meridian the whole day on October 13th. You can't stop me from celebrating the prime meridian. In 1976, the first electron micrograph of the Ebola virus was taken at the Centers Disease Control and Prevention by Dr. F.A. Murphy. Sacha Baron Cohen, he was born 1971. Ashanti was born on October 13th. What's the year? What year? It might be one-hit wonders, just having a song here or there, but man, you got to me. You got to my heart. And also weird how on the 5th, all those things that happened on the 5th, but Kate Winslet, her birthday. Oh, October 5th, huh? That's correct or not? It just loomed large out of all the things because it was like, It's like somebody you knew, right? Was it the 5th? Maybe the 4th? Oh no. Somewhere in October. She was born in somewhere in October. Alicia Silverstone was born on the 4th. Let's move forward. Onwards and forwards. Quit going back. October 13th, 1960, the third TV debate between Nixon and JFK. Nixon was formidable against fucking Kennedy. JFK didn't look at Kennedy. He looks inevitably like he's going to be the president. And it's so weird with like LBJ and Nixon and all these fucking political motherfucking... These rat bastards. They fucking, wring necks. They, twist people's ears and wring necks and grab people by the scruff of their neck, and they will and deal when they want to get what they're trying to get done. It's just, once they became president, it's almost like the reason they want to become president is gone, and they're a whole nother person by the time they get up there. And then it's all about the Congress, and it's about the country, and what are they ready for? And then can you convince them of your ideas? The Congress and the people. You had Paramedics Day in Poland, Rwagasor Day in Burundi. The Georgia Institute of Technology was established in 1885. The Doi Taiko Matsuri is a harvest festival in Japan. Rwagasor Day, Burundi? What the hell's a Rwagasor? What the hell's a Burundi? What the hell's a Doi Taiko Matsuri? It's a harvest festival in Japan. I just told you. Happy birthday, Sacha Baron Cohen. Happy birthday, Ashanti. Claudius, the Roman Emperor Claudius, 54 AD, who killed senators. So don't feel bad, he's going to die. But he killed senators. Rome was a different kind of... Rome is not like America at all. Now, Claudius, he was either poisoned with mushrooms. There was either poison on mushrooms or on a feather. Or maybe he died of natural causes. Nobody really knows. Which is interesting. Well, maybe he was shot with an arrow. Maybe he was stoned to death. Maybe he died of old age. We can't tell. You're really not, Let's talk about this debate. What happened at the debate between... You had a split screen in two different cities. Nixon and JFK. Military defense of Berlin. So JFK said yes to protect Western Europe. We need to defend Berlin. Western Europe. JFK referenced the Potsdam Conference. Nixon says yes to the U.S. military to defend Formosa from Chinese aggression. Formosa, is that an island or something? JFK, it's like Taiwan. Right? Like Taiwan today, or is that Taiwan? Is Formosa Taiwan? If not, this is instructive because we got JFK said that he didn't want to defend an island 5 miles away. There's two islands, not Formosa or the Pescadores Islands, but he was saying something about some other islands. Chiang Kai-shek, Nixon said that JFK is encouraging China to take the islands. Nixon is going to keep him. JFK said that he's for the treaty, and he's just not going to defend Quemoy and Matsu. So there is Quemoy and Matsu, which is 4 or 5 miles off of China. They can keep Quemoy and Matsu, but Formosa, I think he was going to... Nixon says yes. So he made the exception. He doesn't want it to defend Quemoy and Matsu, but apparently he's making it seem like he would defend Formosa. On Truman, Nixon said that the president is obligated to not lose his temper in public because the president needs to be a role model. Nixon talked about Eisenhower's decency, dignity, and good conduct. So Quemoy and Matsu kept coming back up. JFK on Indochina came up. The U-2 flight, spy planes. Nixon didn't think that on Tibet or Budapest or Laos or Cuba. I'm not for sure what Tibet, Budapest, Laos, Cuba. JFK said that Nixon is extending the U.S. commitment. He's extending U.S. commitment. Nixon said that race and religion doesn't matter. It's about the man, which is interesting. Look, it's not about the race or the... This is 1960 Nixon. It became all about race 8 years later. For Nixon, the Southern strategy, the greatest man gets to become president. You would like to think so. You would like to think that we have a Darwinian system in our meritocracy, picks the best of the best. But that's not the case at all. We don't have a meritocracy. Because we live in a capitalistic society, when a smart person falls off, well, then that's less competition for the other. Nixon says no to Catholic religious hatred. Nixon wants more money for college to stay in front of the Soviet Union. All right, so that's just some of the notes I took about that conversation. In 1821, you had the Declaration of Independence of the Mexican Empire. I don't know how I feel about that. I think a lot of times a burgeoning republic calls themselves an empire to make themselves feel like they're huge and big and stuff. And I think colonies that's the most important. Are you dominating militarily other nations and, peoples? So having colonies, taken over, militarily taken over land and peoples. So I'm happy that the Declaration of Independence, but the Mexican Empire, 1821, and then wasn't there just the Republic when in 1814 Mexico just declared? 1944, the Soviets capture Riga. This is better times. This is when Russia and America were side by side killing Nazis. This is Camillus Gripshover. This is actually a whole bunch. This is, I don't say Ralph Benton Deaton, Camillus Gripshover, Bob. But a lot of people, the so-called greatest generation, the Soviets, 80% of everybody that died in World War II were Soviets. So the Russians, took the biggest fucking blow to fight the damn Nazis. Now the Soviets aren't. The Soviets invaded Finland. So the Soviets, took 9% of the land of Finland. So they did that shit before the Nazis invaded Finland. So, I mean, what the fuck? If you're Finland, what the hell? You got, basically two major powers on both sides of you. And they're both rat bastard fucks. America pitted France versus England. France was all too happy to help the colonies overthrow England because England is their enemy. France adopts the Constitution of the Fourth Republic in 1946. Wow. Maryland got a brand new constitution in 1864, October 13th. And France got a new constitution of the Fourth Republic in 1946, October 13th. Small world. The Fourth Republic, how many constitutions? Is that 4 constitutions? Can we assume that? And how many constitutions has Maryland had? And did they keep that constitution? And is Tennessee going to go ahead and vote in favor of slavery? It's 2022. And the possibility, right now you got Missouri saying they want to bring corporal punishment into the school system. Because the public education system is crap. They waste your entire childhood to help some dictator fucking shithead bureaucrat teacher. In 1415, Thomas FitzAlan, the 12th Earl of Arundel, dies. Not Thomas FitzAlan, the 12th Earl of Arundel? You sure it's not the 7th? No, it's the 12th. Is it of Wessex? No, Arundel. It's not the 7th Earl of Wessex. No, it's the 12th Earl of Arundel. Thomas FitzAlan, 1415. He died. Jingzong. He died in 982 A.D. He was the emperor. Leon. He died 1382. The king of Cyprus, Peter II. He died 1382. The Sultan of Delhi, Razia. He died 1240. I don't like oppressors. I don't like Oppressors I don't like, fascist. (1195) Gaudim Pais, P-A-I-S, Portuguese crusader. A bunch of counts and bishops, they died too. Portuguese crusader. Oh no! Not the Portuguese crusader, Gaudim Pais. Oh no, a bunch of counts and bishops died? You know, the bishops used to actually be like warmongering sons of bitches. They weren't just like innocuous assholes wearing fucking costumes and shit, but they were actually war fucking taking over motherfucking land and shit and killing people and shit. You know, 409 AD, the Vandals and the Alans cross the Pyrenees and they appear in Hispania. You know who was born October 13th, 1713? Alan Ramsey. That's right, the painter. Alan Ramsey, the painter, born 1713, October 13th. Andrea Belli, Maltese architect, 1703, born. UFC Silva v. Bonner, what year? I don't know. Mariotto Albertinelli. Mariotto Albertinelli. Born on this day. I don't know the year. I don't know the year. And that's it. And that's all I got for October 13th. So out of all these things, is it the first woman to speak in Parliament? Is that? I mean, Congress is more important than and then first cellular network, 1983. That's pretty, my God. Even Sacha Baron Ashanti, I don't know. Ebola virus, we need to learn about that. The first electron micrograph, that's pretty important too. France adopting the new constitution. I want to see what kind of Bill of Rights. Let me see the Bill of Rights. And do they still have that constitution today? It's Paramedics Day. I don't know. I'm kind of sick of all the institutions of America. I think it's time to just redo America. Just redo it all. Turn it off. Just reset it, right? Just like Nintendo game. All you gotta do is just hit the reset button or just, pop out the game, put another game in. What happens after the 13th? The 14th?